so you might want to mute your image. Otherwise, I will just start sharing my screen now, and let's go with this one, and let's maximize that. Okay, so I hope you can all see that screen. We're going to look at a variety of hands that require a little bit of care in the trump suit. If you could keep down any volume, any background noise, and then if you have a question, you can just jump right in. So let's have a look at this one, where you are south, and before you get a chance to bid, East has opened with 3 hearts. What would you think you might bid with this hand?
4 spades.
4 spades.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth 4 spades. Don't make the mistake of bidding just 3 spades, because your partner will probably pass.
Yeah.
And you virtually have 4 spades in your hand. You need so little from your partner, just a few points. It's a good idea to bid on the assumption that your partner has something for you when the opponents have preempted against you. So you should be in 4 spades on this one. And let's suppose that ends the bidding, and suppose West leads a heart. So down comes dummy, and let's stop to make a plan, and have a look at this for yourself and tell me what your thoughts are. Well, we're going to lose a spade. We've got
discard a diamond.
Yeah, discard a diamond on what?
On that 10 of hearts.
If you've got a heart, you can't discard it.
No, you can on the south hand.
Okay. I mean, so you're thinking about discarding a diamond. Well, if we think about our losers, we've got a spade loser, a potential diamond loser,
okay, maybe a
and
club.
two club losers. Okay, so we have 4 possible losers there: a spade, a diamond, and 2 clubs. And you could. I mean, my thoughts are on this hand.
Rough in the dummy, yeah.
That there's a slim chance to set up the clubs. That's very unlikely because we'll need entries to get to dummy. But the one loser we can probably try to get rid of is that diamond loser.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and get rid of that diamond loser by roughing it.
Yeah.
If we can do that, then we just lose 2 clubs and the ace of spades. So that's going to be my plan on this hand. Now, I think it's actually works out best to rough this. In fact, if you play this along, you can use the GIB button to show you if that is the right thing to do. And it's actually saying that, yes, it is, that you need to rough this. If you don't rough it, if you try to discard the loser, you can be defeated. So I'll rough this, which is, I think, the normal play. And the only thing you're hoping for is that you're going to be able to rough a diamond here. Now, do you want to draw trumps first?
No, because you won't be able to rough it.
You won't be able to rough it, sorry. So you have to delay drawing trumps. And you're just hoping that when you rough that, the opponents aren't able to rough any of your diamonds. So I would just start off with the ace and the king of diamonds. And if everyone follows, then we're in great shape. Just be careful, because East opened here with 3 hearts. They're probably short in the other suits. They're probably short in diamonds. So when you rough that diamond, of course, we're going to rough with the 10. There's that rather sexist saying, don't send a boy in to do a man's job.
Yeah.
So maybe it should be, don't send a child in to do a grown-up's job. But yeah, rough high, and then nothing bad can happen. If that wins the trick, now you can just draw trumps. Okay. The opponents get in with their ace, but you can rough again, finish drawing trumps. You may as well play out all your spade, or most of your spades, just in case they discard poorly. But at the end, you're expecting to lose 2 clubs unless they've managed to discard poorly on that one, and you won't. You'll just make your 10 tricks there. Okay, just bring up the 4 hands, and the clue, that they opened 3 hearts there was, made it very likely that they're short in the other suits, and you just rough the 3rd one high, and you should have no trouble with that one. Any comments on that? Let's have a look at another one. This time I want to start with a bidding question. So South opens, let's look at it from the North point of view. South opens a heart, you as North respond a spade, and then they bid 2 diamonds. What's your rebid going to be? What should North rebid now?
Agree the hearts.
Sorry, what's that?
Come back with the heart. A heart bid.
What? Yeah. What in hearts?
Sorry, I haven't looked at the point.
3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
3
see.
hearts would be my choice. Yeah. Don't make the mistake of supporting your partner's diamonds here. Your partner has bid 2 suits, so they're showing 5 in the first suit and 4 in the second. At least 5 hearts, at least 4 diamonds. And even though you have a diamond fit, you should be playing in a heart, showing your heart support. And with 11 points, you're a medium hand, so you can invite game by bidding 3 hearts there. If you just bid 2 hearts, you'd be showing more like 6 to 9 points. So yes, bid 3 hearts with that hand, and your partner goes to 4 hearts. So you end up in a 4-heart contract, and let's have a look at it from South's point of view. Suppose the opponents lead a spade here, and you stop to make a plan here. And again, in a suit contract, we're going to focus on our losers, taking into account all the strength in dummy. So how many spade losers have you got with us? Just the one. How many heart losers would you expect?
1. Possibly
1, maybe.
1 or 2. Depends.
Yes, depends how they break, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're hoping they break
Evenly.
favourably, 3 and 2, and you only lose 1 trick there. So that's 1 spade, 1 heart. How many diamond losers have you got?
1.
1. And how many club losers?
None.
None. So it looks like we're in good shape, provided the hearts divide evenly.
Yeah.
And let's see what we're going to do. We lose the first trick, of course. They play another spade, and we rough that one. Okay. Now what are we going to play? Any suggestions?
Ace of hearts.
Diamond.
Yeah, it's a good idea to start by drawing
Trump.
trumps.
Okay.
Obviously, if we don't draw trumps on this hand, we'll never be able to cash all those diamonds, will we?
Brexit is about ending an injustice.
If you could turn your volume down, whoever's got that background noise there, please.
And as a persuasive lawyer, the idea that the country should consult.
Okay, I'm just going to try and mute that person. I can't spot them. They've gone. Anyway, yeah. So where were we? Yes. So yeah, I'm going to start off by drawing trumps. This because I play the ace and then the king. And if everyone follows, now we're in good shape because there's 1 high trump out. And as I'm sure nearly all of you know, the general rule is when there's 1 high trump out, don't draw it. Let them rough in with it or whatever they want to do with it. But don't waste your trump on it. Now, leave the trumps alone and just turn to diamonds. We're going to cash our diamonds. West gets in with the ace, let's say. And if I bring up the West hand, you'll actually see that having got in with the ace of diamonds, they might actually play
Draw
their
our
trump.
two for
Yeah,
one.
do what declarer doesn't want to do themselves and draw your trump. Okay, but fortunately you're still okay because whatever they play now, suppose they play a spade, you can rough that one with your last trump, and your diamonds are now set up. So all we now need to do is cash our remaining diamonds, and we'll take our ace and king of clubs as well. So we'll make our 10 tricks. I just wanted to show you what would happen on this hand, or what could happen if you tried to draw that last trump. Let's play this. This is exactly the same hand, but played slightly differently. Let's suppose we ruff that one, we take the ace, we take the king, and then we draw that last trump. Okay, this is a mistake. Now let's see what happens if the opponents play
Spades.
a spade.
Yeah, you lose it.
Now we've got to, if we want to win this one, we have to ruff with our last trump, and we
Yeah.
haven't set up the diamonds yet.
Yeah.
So now when we play the diamonds, they can get in and they can cash a spade. Okay, and we've got no more trumps to ruff with.
Mm.
So they'll make 4 tricks there, and we'll make the rest, but we'll be held to 9 tricks if we do that. Okay, so don't draw that last trump as a general rule. There's another way that people can go wrong on a hand like that, and that's by trying to ruff spades. A lot of people on this hand, they ruff a spade to start with, then they see they've got got a void in their own hand, so they try to ruff some more spades. So they maybe cross to dummy, lead another spade, which you can ruff, and although you do ruff here and win that trick, it doesn't gain you any extra tricks because you're ruffing in the hand that's got the long trump suit, which rarely leads to any extra tricks. In fact, on a hand like this, it can lead to you losing control of trumps again. Let's see what happens if we now start to draw trumps with the ace and the king, and then leave the last one out. Well, what's going to happen here is that West gets in like before, and because we ruffed a spade, when they draw the last trump here, we're now out of trump, okay? And now again, they can cash a spade trick, which we have no trumps to stop them. So again, we'd be held to 9 tricks here if we made the mistake of ruffing a spade in our hand. Any comments or questions on that? So those are all examples of being careful with the trump suit in slightly different situations. Let's have a look at this one. Here you opened 1 spade. You have a very nice hand there, 17 points. Your partner responds 1 no trump, showing 69 points. And I think this hand is pretty good for just jumping to 4 spades. You don't have a guarantee that your partner has a balanced hand when they respond 1 no trump, but your spades are so good, and with your partner having 6 to 9 points, you could bid 3 spades, but I think I'd go for 4 spades here. And let's have a look at it. Let's suppose they lead the king of hearts, and down comes dummy, and you see your partner's got a pretty nice hand, only 6 points, but that diamond suit is very nice for you. Now, in a suit contract, there are different ways of planning. You can look at your losers, or sometimes if you have a good long suit like this, as well as looking at your losers, you can look at how many tricks you hope to make. So how many spades would you hope to make here?
6.
All 6.
6.
Yeah, if they divide evenly, you can make 6. How many diamonds could you make?
5.
5.
Probably 5. So that's 11 so far, and you've got to the ace of clubs. So you're hoping to make, in theory, you could make 12 tricks here. Of course, you're not going to make 12 tricks because they're going to take 2 hearts to start with. But you're hoping to make at least 11 tricks here. Okay? So just losing the 2 hearts, and then all your losers will go on the diamonds. So let's see how it goes. They start with 2 hearts, and suppose they play a 3rd round, which you ruff. Okay. What now?
Ace of spades.
Trumps.
Ace of spades, yeah.
Trumps.
I'm gonna draw trumps now, okay? And we draw 1 round there, and we play another one, and West discards. Okay. So that's slightly bad news, isn't it? So let's take stock of how many trumps have gone. We drew 2 rounds, and we ruffed once, but there was 1 discard. So 8 have gone, 9, 10, 11. So there are how many outstanding?
2.
two, and
One.
Easter's got them. Easter's got the jack and the
Yeah.
10. So he's going to make one trick there, okay? And there's nothing we can do to prevent that, okay? Now, let's suppose we take one of those tricks and leave the last one out like we did before. Can you see there's a danger now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let's just bring up the four hands and let's see what happens.
Mm,
If we start playing diamonds now,
yeah.
we can
You
take
can
another
rough.
diamond, but because we've left that spade out, they can rough with it, and
Can't get
now
back to dummy.
we can't get to dummy anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever they play now, we can win that one with the ace, but we can't get to dummy's good diamonds. All we can do is play off our spades, and we'll lose a club at the end. Okay, so this was an exception to the rule that when there's one high trump out, you leave it out, because what you need to do is get rid of that trump so that you can run the diamonds without them, stopping you from the suit. So the way to play this hand, this is the same hand, but this time we're going to get rid of all the trumps. So we rough the first one, we start drawing trumps, we get the bad news about the trumps. So, but this time, instead of leaving that last trump out, we actually get rid of it, okay? And now whatever they do now, so they might play a club, we can now get in, and now we can run our diamonds without any concern. We'll take all our diamonds now, and we'll make 10 tricks on this one. We can't do any better than that. But so that's an important exception to leaving the last trump out if you have a long suit that you want to run, and otherwise you're in danger of not being able to get to that suit. Any comments or questions on that?
No.
Is it all easy?
Not when you come to do it.
All right. Let's have a look at this last one then. Here again, we've got a question on the bidding. Your partner's opened one no trump. Over to you. Can you bid anything with this hand?
No.
Yes, Stayman.
Stayman, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Stayman.
yes, of course.
Yeah. There are a few situations where you can use Stayman with a weak hand. And one of them is when you've got a club shortage. It must be in clubs, but you've got the both majors as well as diamonds. And you can use Stayman here, planning to pass whatever your partner bids, okay? I know a lot of people forget about this. Most people think you need about 11 plus points to use Stayman, but there are 3 situations where you can use Stayman with a weak hand. In fact, if you go to my YouTube channel, which will come up here in a minute, I've got a video on that topic. Just wait for that to come up, using Stayman with a weak hand. So if you search for that on YouTube or search for my name, you'll see different examples where you can use Stayman with a weak hand. And this is one of them. So you bid 2 clubs on this hand, and you're going to pass whatever your partner bids. On this occasion, your partner bids 2 spades, and that ends the auction. Okay, so let's have a look at this from your partner's point of view. They lead the Queen of Hearts, and let's have a little think about this. I mean, one thing is interesting on this hand is, although we have 8 trumps, they're quite weak. We have quite weak spades here, so that's something to think about. And I would look at this hand. You can look at this hand from either hand's point of view. If we look at it from the south hand point of view, if we look at the trumps, we can see, well, we're going to lose at least a couple of spades, aren't we?
Yeah.
If we think about it, we've got 8 trumps, but we're missing the king, queen, jack. So if those are divided 3-2, which is what we hope, we'll still lose 2 tricks there. We can't really do anything about that, but we expect to lose 2 tricks there. How many hearts are we going to lose?
1.
1.
Just 1. Any diamonds?
No.
No.
Probably not. The only other losers are these clubs here. And although we have 3 clubs here, I would be thinking that we want to rough a couple of those in dummy. And if we can do that,
Mm.
we can hold our losers to just one club. So one club, one heart, and 2 spades would be the goal here. Okay. Now we have to be a little bit careful about the trumps in a situation like this. Let's suppose we win the first trick with the ace, and bearing in mind we want to try and ruff some clubs. Let's suppose we start by leading a club,
Mm.
which we expect to lose, so that now we can ruff clubs. And let's just have a look at this from West's point of view for a minute. West has just got in with their ace of clubs, and West might well be thinking, what's Declarer up to? It looks like Declarer has got clubs that presumably they want to ruff. Okay, so West might very well decide to play a trump here, and if they do, if they lead a trump here, what you need to do is think about how you're going to keep control of the trump. And because you have weak trump here, you expect to lose 2 tricks here. The best thing to do, if they lead that spade, or even if you play spade yourself, is to let them win the first one. But if they play a second one, to win that one. And now you're in control of the trumps. They can't lead a third round, which would cause you a problem. You don't, in other words, you don't want them to draw 3 rounds of trumps, or you won't be able to ruff. But by drawing 2 rounds of trumps and winning the second round, now you're in control. So now I can start ruffing clubs. Remember, that was my goal here, to ruff both clubs. If that's successful, what do I want to do now?
Play a diamond.
Yeah, play a diamond to get back to
Taking
my
with the
hand.
queen.
Okay,
All right, okay.
so that I can now ruff that last club. And if I've got away with that, now I'm in good shape. Whatever happens now, I can keep playing diamonds. Eventually, they're going to ruff in. Okay, but there's not much else they can do. All they can do now is cash a heart, and if they play whatever they play now, we've got trumps left to claim the last 2 tricks. So with weak trumps like this, just be a little bit careful. And the ideal thing is to win the second round if you or they draw trumps.
Tatínku.
You're all right,
We need
everyone.
to get on
Hey,
bridge base.
yeah, if you could keep your voices down there, I think it's Eva there I can hear talking. So, yeah, so on a hand like this, just be careful. It requires careful handling of the trumps. But if you can control the trumps, you should be able to make 9 tricks on that one. Okay? Any other comments or questions on that?
It's good.
Good. All right. So I do hands involving some careful handling of the trumps in today's play, and of course that may come up naturally. If there are no questions on that, I will stop sharing that with you, and hope to see you all online a little bit later on. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
you.